how am I going to finish my race? So, those things matter. So I don't look at, honestly, that's my tip. I don't look at my watch until I finish my race. I am only focused on what I need to eat next, what I need to drink next, what's my cadence, what's my power on the bike. That's things you focus on. Not get, that you have to do a 90K loop, right? Looking at your watch to see how much you've done serves no purpose. Coach, you back?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry, there was a power outage.
Yeah, okay. So we were just picking up a little tips.
Yeah, and I think something which I picked up from the conversation, and I think something I observed it in the pool also. Every time, I don't know if you picked this up, every time we are on the wall, we don't have to see our watch in the pool.
Yeah, that was the
point?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I think you picked it up, so I'm sure you would have covered it up. So great. Joy, I'm sorry I missed it, but I'm sure what you were making, people from the group would have picked it up. Bringing it to people else in the group, any pointers, anything anybody wants to add, what worked?
Coach, I just wanted to add about my experience with salt tablets, not in this race, in a previous race in Singapore, because I suppose the weather is going to be similar to what we will be facing in Goa. It's good to wrap the salt tablets in a foil or put it in a tiny Ziploc bag, because with that kind of humidity, my 2 salt capsules that I had put in my running bottle pouch, they had completely melted away. So they were gone. By the time I was on to my second run, my run bit, they were not there. They both had melted away because I just directly kept them in that pouch. So it's good to just wrap them in a foil or put it in a Ziploc, whether on the bike or in your running bottle pouch or wherever. So I just wanted to add that.
I think a good point. Just to talk about weather, guys, as we start getting closer to the Goa days, you will be doing a few rides which will start a little later, what we call as the acclimatization cycles, rides. So you're not going to be starting at 6 in the morning. You will be starting a little later, like a 8ish, where we would want you to ride under the sun. So how your hydration and nutrition works at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. in the morning vis-a-vis compared to 8:39 is very different. How your gut behaves, body temperature changes. You will also be asked to do a couple of runs, not a couple, quite a few runs under the sun. So you will not be running at 6 or 5 in the morning. You will be doing your runs at 11, 11:30, 12 under the sun. But please wait for your coach to instruct you. We don't want to do it now. We would do it sometime end September, October, where we'll start getting into much closer to the race simulations. You will be told. So make sure we plan ourselves accordingly. But that's where we'll start actually picking up race condition and we'll start. Remember, October, by the time we are heading out, the weather changes in the morning. So you will be riding when the weather is slightly nippy. But when you reach Goa, it's humid and hot. So we will be doing some later afternoon rides or maybe late morning rides. So we'll kind of target on that. Great. We got still about 5 to 7 minutes. Anybody has things which did not work and wants to highlight that, man, I made a blunder. I don't want to do it again. So everybody else learns from it.
Coach, can I add one more?
Sorry, we'll take turns. Yeah, Priyanka, please, we'll start from you.
Yeah, just one observation that I made. It was not my experience. I just observed that on the bike leg, a few people, the helmets were pretty loose. They weren't fastened properly to their heads. So I thought that there's no point of wearing a helmet if it's not snug on your head, because it's for safety reasons and not just because there is a rule for the race. So I just wanted to tell everyone to just ensure that the helmet is tightened to their requirement before they start the race, before they hang it on the bike, because after all, it's for our own safety. I saw quite a few people with very loose helmet strings where, if just the cycle just moved a little, it would have fallen off their head. So I just wanted to bring it to notice. Yeah.
Thanks. Just to make sure that how tight, just make sure you can just put your finger through and it's not moving. So there is a lock at the back. You can tighten that up. Praveen sir, please go ahead. Yeah.
Not with respect to this race, coach, but when I did the DIT last time, I remember catching on to the hydration and the heart rate conversation. I had asked one of the erstwhile TCI members about what could be the reason as to why my heart rate shot up. So this particular person had told me that, did you have some food, like a bar or a gel, before you started your run? This was after I got out of the cycle of the bike and I was getting ready for my run. I said my heart rate hit 180, 190 or something. So he was telling me that this could be because you consumed a bar or a gel before you started your run, and the blood in your system has gone towards digesting that, and that's why there was lesser oxygen in the blood. This was what I was told. So I kind of, I just wanted to clarify, is that possible? Is that true?
Priyanka, will you add on here? I mean, from a medical line?
So Praveen, you mean from going from bike to run after T2, if you're eating something around T2? Yeah, I would suggest, personal experience also, and whatever I've been reading is beginning of the race. If it's a long race, like 7-8 hour race, so beginning of the race, if you have planned some solid food, try to have it in the beginning, in the middle of the race. For later part of the race, you should just stick with gels, because by then your blood circulation is anyways through the race not going adequately to your gut. It's being utilized more by your muscles to work. So the gut is already drained of the regular circulation almost all through the race, not just in the run leg. So so it's better to take a quick gel or maybe, calories in a drink form, to consume those as you are progressing through the race, and not eat anything solid, which would anyways, may not even move down your stomach properly. So that is the thing for any kind of a long race, especially. To try and have something more easily digestible later, liquid or gel is the best, and try to stick to any solid bars or anything, towards the early or the middle part of the race.
And also, to add on to this, Praveen, a good idea would be for you to test it out in a longer bricks. Yes, gels, but what type of gels are you using?
Yeah, everything should be tested out.
If it gets hotter, maybe non-caffeinated gels would help initially, because caffeine generally spikes up the heart rate. So that would be a tester which you can work out. Remember, what works for you might not work for me. So maybe that person did say that it might work for you, or could be the same thing. So we need to test it out a couple of times much prior to the race. Yeah.
Yes, it's very important to know how much caffeine your gels have. It's very important to know, because in a long race, you might be consuming 8 to 10 gels. If all of them have caffeine in it, then it's going to play havoc. So the best thing would be to get a non-caffeinated flavor of the same gel and keep alternating it with the caffeinated flavor. And try not to do the highly caffeinated ones, which have double the dose. Try not to do them at all.
Yeah, but
again, try to just alternate a non-caffeinated and a caffeinated.
Yes, absolutely. And make sure you practice in your build-up to the race.
And know what you're eating, know what it contains.
Yeah. Super. Any other pointers, guys? Any blunders which you want to highlight? I would love to hear. A good learning, because we know then it should be pointed out.
Coach Van sorry. From my little bit from my race at the HR26 is I planned to eat a gel in the last bit of my bike, but I think I had to slow down to eat it. In a 20K distance, I should not have done that. I should have just maybe, pushed right till the end and taken the gel when I was already slow in beginning my run. So I think, the timing, that would have just made a difference of 5-10 minutes in consuming the gel, not much. But I slowed down to eat a gel, which probably I should not have in a sprint distance.
Great. Thanks, Priyanka. I think I'll hold on to that thought. Angad, please go ahead. You have a pointer?
So before the swim start, you had told me to try to push in the last 100 meters.
Yeah.
And I think that worked really well, because when I was pushing, I noticed I was kicking a lot more than I normally do. And that helped me when I got out of the water, because normally what happens is when I get out of the water, I feel a little lightheaded. And that didn't happen at all. So that, that last 100 meters, I would probably do it for a little longer. Because I think that really helped. So that pushing in the last 100 meters, I think on the swim took care of a lot of the issues. And I had a bit of a problem on the bike. So I had a dropped chain on one of the rough patches in the second loop at Hamilton.
Yeah.
So like I made a mental note that when the road's really bad, I'm gonna try not to push my cadence on the bike, because I mean, I didn't have to get off the bike, so that was all right, but it was still something that threw me off and threw my concentration off.
Right.
So yeah.
I think a good point, and thank you so much for sharing, Angad. Guys, on the race day, remember things can go wrong. Okay, you can have a breakdown. You can have people coming and banging into your bike. So anything can go wrong. Okay, trust me. The race days are days where whatever is not supposed to happen, it might happen. Keep that in mind. Now, if I am in my 60th kilometer, and let's say I have a flat, I have to change the flat, right? There is nothing can be done against it. I will take 5, 7, 10 minutes, whatever it happens, or my chain comes off, I fix the chain. Remember, there will be people on the road, as in from the organizers, to help you. But if they are not there, you cannot be waiting for them to somebody to come and change it for you. You have to do it on your own. Yes, they might be on a bike with a big pump to save you. Maybe they will hand you over the pump where you do not use the CO2 and you use it. But you cannot expect them कि भैया मेरे लिए चेंज कर दो ये. वो नहीं करेंगे. वो आपके भैया नहीं है. वो ऑर्गेनाइजर है. वो आपको सिर्फ दे देंगे चीज. अगर आपको चाहिए कुछ बहुत टेक्निकल ब्रेकडाउन होगा तो वो कुछ नहीं करेंगे आपका. Your race is over. Okay. God forbid it doesn't happen for anybody. But let's say if it is a breakdown and you've changed it, you're ready to go. You know you've lost your 10 minutes. What do? That is where you want to keep your race pacing and your readiness for the whole race there. You cannot catch up those 10 minutes in the remaining 30 kilometers. Yeah. If you want to catch up those 10 minutes, you will be pushing out of your limits, right? Nothing can be done. 10 minutes are gone. Don't spoil your remaining race. Don't try to kill the next 30 kilometers trying to make up those 10 minutes you lost and then screw up your run. If your power output, or let's say an average effort you were putting in, was zone 2, zone 3, continue with that. Those 10 minutes are gone. You know, sorry for my language, you know that those 10 minutes are you're gone. You might be planning to finish in 3 hours. Now you're taking 3 hours, 10 minutes. Nothing can be done. Stay in the game. Take 3 hours, 10 minutes. Don't try to kill those 10 minutes and then the run which you were planning to do in 2 hours, you take 2.5 hours because you pushed for those last 30 kilometers. So have that maturity in the race when you are there and if it happens with you. Yeah. So be ready. It can happen. Anything can happen with anybody. If it's the best races, no breakdowns, awesome. If it happens, then you know we've had KMPs 3 flats in 1 training ride. It could happen in the race also. But we need to be in the game. Clear? Awesome. Yeah, Krish.
What's your opinion on tubeless tires?
I'm in it for the race always. As long as you know technically what is to be done, when you travel all the way to Goa, you know what is to be done, you know how to do the setup. I think I'm anyways for the race. So you can always do it.
The only issue is, like, if you want a tubeless setup, so you need to get your bike outdoors regularly, because otherwise the sealant will dry up and then your punch will not repair. And most of our training is indoors for our biking, right? So
we do one ride a week. One ride a week we're doing it anyway. So maybe you can pick it up 2 to 3 weeks before the race day.
So maybe I was planning, maybe I'll change the setup 1 month before the race or something, because it will drastically reduce the chances of a flat.
Yeah.
It's not foolproof, but it's still better than getting a puncture and wasting 10-15 minutes on the course.
Totally agree with you. I'm with you on this. Totally.
Okay, maybe like I'll take last 30 seconds, coach.
Yeah, Dada, please.
So I did the duathlon. What worked for me is I was running at a pace which we trained on. So I didn't try to go higher or lower. It's as if like I'm doing my training run, so ran in that. Even in the last 10 kilometers, I was running at that pace. The only thing is like I think in the last 5 kilometer loop, the heat kind of took a little bit toll. I was few seconds slower in some of the kilometers. But that's what I need to now look into, that to keep that energy for that last 5-10 kilometers, so that the steam shouldn't go out. So yeah, that's something. Yeah. Otherwise,
Absolutely.
it was good. Like, I'm very happy with the run because keeping the same pace as we were training on.
Yep, absolutely. I think everybody outperformed. We had 11 podiums as a club, so I think that's a fantastic achievement. I think I'm just waiting for one more confirmation to come back from the organizers. If that comes in, then we are 12. Otherwise, 11 is confirmed. I'm just waiting for them to officially announce it. And I think it was a great performance. Whether it's the first race or whether it's the 10th or the 11th race, I think every race always leaves us with a new experience, with something which have worked for us, which probably we need to pick up from other people. When I was going through my coaching career, my senior coach would always tell me, be a good cheater. Now, what would it mean by good cheater would be that pick up things which you feel other people are doing are good. Try it out. Cheat, copy it. Whether it's how they're setting up their bike, what nutrition they're following, what are the transitions they are doing, what is the race prep they are doing. Anything which they are not, or anything that is not working, let go of it. Don't duplicate it. Duplicate whatever you feel people are doing good. So that's where, it's always good to interact, always pick up things which other people are doing, pick up their race experiences, and keep duplicating it. I think it really, really does wonders to athletes. And I think that helps. Great. I think we're already about 10 minutes over time. Any other pointers anybody has? I would like to take the last pointer. Rachna, anything from you? You were there throughout. Any pointers? Anything else? Rachna?
It's froze.
I think, yeah, she's on the car, so maybe. But I think she's there. But I think, guys, thank you very much. I think it's been Rachna, you're back. I was just asking if there's any pointers from you.
No, I think everything's been covered, but I would like everyone to individually talk to me if you have felt any issues, you have any concerns on your swims. Kanishka, I heard you about the short distances. We're making a change. So please, if you have anything on the swimming part, just ping me directly. Have any questions, queries, please do that.
I think great performance, guys. Let's pick this up as a trailer. We need to build up much more. Like I put it in the message, this was just the trailer. All the engines needs a lot of work. There's a lot of capacity in the engines left. So we need to work for it. We still have about 9 weeks to go for Goa. Yeah, about roughly 9-10 more weeks. So we got 10 weeks. Yeah, we've got plenty of more time. Just a request. I know everybody's planning for Goa. My personal experience, don't be in Goa too way early than the race. Be there by Monday, Tuesday if you're doing a try. If you're not doing a try, if you're doing a team relay, a Friday, Thursday, Friday, totally depending on your schedule, be there. Why is because Goa is not a fantastic place for you to be riding every morning. I'll be very honest. The roads are good, but the traffic is pathetic. Your food will take a toll. Your sleep habits will take a toll. Your race might take a toll. So yes, I would want to be there on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. So I am there well in time. The whole energy is great. We are there as a group. We ride together. We've had incidents in the past where people have gone early and they've had incidents and they have had messed up the race because they thought they will go there and race practice more. So don't go so early. It's not much of thing. Rather than stay here, practice. Your routines are there. Your logistics are in place. You can train better. Do it. You will be in taper. Go there in time. Do the couple of recce routes, recce rides, recce runs. Do a couple of open water swims. You will get a complete plan. Rachna and I will be there. We will be driving the whole program for starting from Tuesday, Wednesday till the race morning and the race night. When you're partying also, that also will be planned for all of us. But make sure that you are there together and we do our little bit and rather than going too early. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. If you still have anything, please feel free to reach out to me. I will be speaking to my athletes one-on-one also. But thank you very much. Keep up the good work. I'll see you guys soon. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.